Hi there, thank you so much for watching. I am back on this conversation and I have a question today that is so on many people's minds. I don't even have a word for it. And the question is very simple. It's in times of crisis. Why is it that for women, if you're in a crisis and you're facing a crisis, you're able to quickly jolt into action, you get whatever needs to be done. If you've lost your job, you go to the streets and you will hawk goods. However, for men, when they face a crisis, it's a bit different for them. They tend to withdraw, go into their cave, and can sometimes stay there for quite a while. So the responses to crises sometimes actually result in breakups of relationships. And so that's what I want to understand today. Why is it? And how can a wife handle this situation and help her husband come out of this crisis, if at all she can? So we'll be looking at that today. I am hosting Jennifer Karina, who's a relationship coach, a life and leadership coach as well, and an author, and she also happens to be my mom.
Good. Thank you, Rina. That is a reality, and even as you say that, I recognize that a lot of men do go through a difficult time when they are not able to be providers, because generally a man is the provider of the home, and actually used to be, because today a lot of women today are also providers for the home. Mm-hmm. Now, when the man stops being a provider at all, he feels inadequate, useless, and good for nothing. Mm-hmm. He's supposed to be the head of the household. How does he become the head of the household when he has no money in his pocket? And so he goes through stress, and that leads to a level of depression sometimes. And that is why they go into a cave and isolation. A woman, on the other hand, is a nurturer. A woman carries her baby for 9 months in her womb, bears that baby with a measure of pain, breastfeeds that baby, and the baby becomes someone. So a woman's focus is on raising, feeding. If you are not going to have any food on the table, it is your baby that is going to suffer. So actually, the man becomes a beneficiary. He's a beneficiary as a result of the woman knowing, I have to fend for my family. So she'll go to Kikomba, get those clothes. She is a hustler at the end of the day. There's nothing a woman cannot do. And she does not feel that pride comes between her and achieving what she needs to do. Yeah. Because she has a goal, an intention, a purpose, and her goal is to fend for her family, that they would be nurtured, that they would be fed, that they would be something. On the other hand, the man suffers ego. I mean, what will people see me now, doing some funny job? So he'd rather be at home, camouflaging what's going on, because what's going to happen? He wants his wife to sell the mitumba, then he comes, the car has gas, so he takes off. Nobody knows what he's going through or where he is. He goes through what we call denial, hoping that things are going to change, but sometimes they do not change. How can you live with a man who's going to sleep 24/7, who's not going to be thinking about what we shall eat, drink, or how the children will go to school, and still maintain respect? I must admit that's difficult, because you do so much, and eventually what happens? You become resentful. So what I would say is, how can you protect yourself from growing to becoming resentful? You need to recognize quite early that this man is sleeping too much. This man is going through something. And you need, as a family, to have what we call accountability partners. Who's your accountability partner? Do you have a couple that are your accountability partner? Do you have a prayer group? Who do you interact with at a very personal level that you can run to and say, hey, my husband for the last 1 month has not left the house. I find him in his pajamas, I leave him in his pajamas. What is it? Because when you come home and say, my dear husband, you need to see the doctor, it won't work. Or you run to the pastor and tell him, Pastor, my husband, something is drastically wrong. You need to come to my house. You see, that's now an authority over your husband where he would want to have that good man image. So when you go to report him to the pastor, you actually cause more problems. When you go to report him to his mother, what are you saying? Your son is still a baby, he has never grown. So it's worse. You need to find accountability partners that walk a journey of life with you. As you structure your relationship, it helps to know, actually, is it our best mate, our best man? When we have a fight, who do we go to? Today, you have professionals as well, that you don't need to go to people you know. You can go to a professional where confidentiality is assured and where you can be supported. Now, it could just be a downtime and he will rise up again. It could be it is a lifestyle. And so one of the things that I have experienced and I have come to learn is that a lot of people also have mental health issues, and depression is big, drug abuse is big, and you need to know your man. That's the bottom line. Yeah. Know your man. Become your man's doctor. Understand, why is he sleeping? Why has he caved in? Why is he not working? Why is he not putting bread on the table? If he has no, psychological challenges and it is just an issue of habit, then what you need to know is the habit is formed, habit is learned, and habits are unlearned. It's about behavior. And so you need to be able to walk a journey of behavior modification. You are not going to have somebody in the house who just eats and sleeps without caring where the money comes from. Believe me, you'll take the panga tomorrow and cut him up to pieces for dinner, because you are so mad about this man who mistreats you, who treats you like trash, and who asks you for money, and who spends more than he can ever earn. So what do? You need to bring a full stop to this situation. How? By having a conversation. Many times, people are afraid to sit on the table and have a conversation. And guess why he never listens to you when you want to have a conversation? Because you begin crying even before you can sit down. I will tell you what works. What works is called a business meeting. Have an agenda for the meeting. Don't bring emotions to the meeting. This is serious business. We want to have a business meeting. And that's the meeting where you talk about the family, the finances, the goals, the vision, and let him tell you what's the strategy. Where do we want to go? How come it's so easy to talk about, plans, goals, and strategy concerning an organization that you're working for? You are the one that puts this together, and you cannot put it together for your house. You need to change that and recognize that this needs to come home. So that's when you say, wake up, my friend. Wake up, the father of my children. Wake up, my lover. We need a conversation. If that conversation cannot happen between the two of you, then find the third person who you can rope into in this conversation. And that needs to be that accountability partner or an expert. Short of that, I will not work.
Wow. Awesome. It's true. I've learned from it as well. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to money and in a relationship, it's very challenging for, especially us women, to talk about money issues without getting emotionally involved. But I agree, make it logical, an agenda makes sense, and then so you're discussing facts, not feelings. Yeah. Great. So there we go. We have an event because these discussions cannot be completed in this forum, and so we're taking this offline for a beautiful, wonderful evening of love and money, where we're going to have conversations such as these. We'll have amazing speakers. We'll have a night of fun and dance and learning from one another. So come on the 16th of November, on 2017, this year, in about a month's time. We're going to be able to share with you all these lovely, lovely things that we have in store. It's 2,500 per person. If you are interested and would like to book your slot, please send me an email on sema@moneywise.co.ke, because we have limited spaces. God bless you guys and have a wonderful day.